In part 1, I motored my new-to-me Westerly Storm from a grotty place that had more than a whiff of fish in the air to Kip, where 10 days was spent prepping and remediating. Found out that my fully reconditioned engine with a 6-month warranty wasn't reconditioned and didn't have a warranty. And then the crew arrived to help me sail her back to Poole. With me, Charlie, the skipper, and JP, the Navy Sea cadet from Liverpool, and Glyn the engineer and man with the spanner, and Mick the vegan. We finally left Kip heading for the Irish Sea when I noticed the jib coming apart and we get the water temperature alarm, so we divert to Troon. Would we have to cancel the trip there, or can we get the sail repaired and sort the engine out and continue?
How are we doing now, boys?
We are sailing! 5-1 overground, the gate side.
Can't really afford to have sails irrevocably, so yeah, discretion and valour and all that will take a stop in Troon, and I think actually the crew are a little bit pleased that we're not beating into that sea anymore. Bless them. Right, well here we are, safe and sound in Troon Marina. Just checked in, very nice and easy, very friendly, which is a good sign. Nice marina, great facilities. But anyway, there she is, she's tied up all nice and safe. We'll repair the sail tomorrow.
Day 2, Troon Marina. Preparing to take the sail down.
Right, so that is the working jib off, and we've arranged to take it up to a workshop where it's dry under cover so that we can effect a repair on the jib and then put it back up later on today. Hopefully,
Fingers crossed.
all strong and ready for St George's Channel.
As luck would have it, Saturn sails based at Largs came to the rescue, and by midday the next day the sail was returned fully repaired and strengthened. Thank you, John, it was hugely appreciated. Now for the engine.
Right, well, back to the oil leak saga. Let me just show you this for the benefit of video and posterity. There is a clean front engine bilge. Anyway, the oil is coming down from under there, which is now clean, and I've got some fresh tissue in there. So the next job is to refill the engine with oil. So that's 1, 2, 3, nearly 4 litres. There we go. So we can see that the oil now is up to that mark there. After filling the engine with oil, that's where the mark was, just below 4, and that's now down towards 2. So I'm guessing that's about a litre and a half nearly.
As for the water alarm, we checked water was coming in from the seacock, checked the strainer, water flow between that and the pump, and replaced the impeller. The expansion tank was okay. Retested the engine, no alarm. All that was left to do was weather and passage planning for going south down the Irish Sea.
Now the inshore waters forecast for 12 miles offshore issued by Met Office for the period 0600 UTC, Thursday the 3rd of September, and valid until 0600 UTC, Friday the 4th of September. General situation. A large area of low pressure to the south of Iceland will drift slowly east-northeastwards, bringing changeable and windy conditions to the United Kingdom inshore waters during the next couple of days. Isle of Man 24 forecast. There's a strong winds warning. West or southwest 4 to 6. Moderate. Becoming slight or moderate. Showers, then fair, good. Outlook. Monmouth Qatar to Arkham Point 25 foot.
So we have challenging conditions, gentlemen. It will be challenging. Not dangerous, just challenging.
What, when we leave here?
Yeah, really, we need to, you know, get
Into the Irish.
into the Irish and you know, pursue a southerly course with all due haste and efficiency. Then, when we get down more on the Isle of Man neck of the woods, it's going to be southwesterly 4 to 6, veering westerly 5 or 6, moderate seas, fair weather, few showers, good visibility, occasionally not so good. So it's not a bad forecast, apart from the bit getting out really. Again, it's wind on the bloody nose. This is JP, full of good ideas. And who'd have thought it? Put somebody's initials on the pack of sandwich. What a great idea.
And with that, it was time well overdue for us to go sailing. After leaving Troon, the autohelm control head began to error, and it pointedly refused everything but a circular course. Another failure to add to the list, and hand steering from there on, and on we went at a good pace.
So far?
Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah. It's all what I expected and more. Aye, Captain, I'll give you my report. Yeah, doing a log was a bit challenging. Yeah.
Why was that?
Yeah, we kind of heeled over quite a bit and dropped the book and it went into your cabin. But yeah, got it done, my first log on the trip. So, all good.
What if people don't know what a log is? They might think that you've only just done your first log on the boat.
It went in your cabin.
It went in my cabin.
I done a log in your cabin, yeah.
Excellent. And JP behind us in the distance there is the Isle of Arran. So we're saying goodbye. I think we're saying good night to Mick. Well, that's all for now. Back later. And if anything interesting comes along, we'll let you know. morning to, was it 6 o'clock? Yeah, 6 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock Friday morning, the something of September, and we are probably about 8 or 9 miles west of the Isle of Man. As you can see, we're just coming into dawn, and we've got 4-6 winds. We've had 4-6s really.
During the night it was clear we had tracked too far to the east to clear the North Welsh coast without putting a long tack in, and what was shortly to happen excluded that option. With engine on to charge batteries, that faulty alarm was coming in and out again.
Speed there. We do have Holyhead lifeboats proceeding out to intercept you. They'll provide an escort and, if needs be, a tow if your engine fails. Have you still got smoke coming from the engine bay?
The engine had been running to charge the batteries when smoke began billowing from the engine compartment. The engine was stopped immediately, and whilst engine oil isn't flammable, it is combustible. At the same time, the crew made ready the life raft and grab bag should they need to be instantly deployed. Having stopped the engine, it was no longer possible to establish whether the smoke was from the engine or from leaked oil in contact with the hot engine. From then on, we only used the engine to generate electricity for VHF comms with Holyhead Coast Guard every half hour. Although we were maintaining good speed, Holyhead Lifeboat was dispatched to escort us into Holyhead. Lifeboat closed with our position 10 miles closer to Anglesey 2 hours later. Somewhat surprisingly, wanted us to take our sails down, which we did, and receive a heaving line. We were 20 miles north of Anglesey at this point. If Glyn thought that being down in the galley to make a sandwich was like being in a washing machine, we were just about to get the rinse cycle.
With the lifeboat doing 10 knots, we're being towed. Would love to have captured the heaving line capture, just from the point of view that for the sake of footage it would have been good to get, but in all fairness, you know, this isn't a TV show, and we were playing it safe. 8.9 knots, and now I've got an eye full of salt water. But yeah, this is what being towed by a something class lifeboat across the Irish Sea. This is what JP looks like, having buckets of water thrown all over. There is no lifeboat, this is all green screen, we're making it up. Really, Mick standing round the corner with buckets of water.
We're in a big fish tank, more than other studios.
Yeah.
Soon enough, the skerries came into view. We were nearly there. It did jokingly cross our minds that those superb people that make up the crew of the lifeboat, that they may have been as keen as us to reach land and to not miss last orders at the bar. As it happens, that's precisely where we later met up, and I was more than happy to ensure sufficient lubrication for all. It's not in a skipper's DNA to easily abandon a trip, but the first rule is safety of life at sea. That comes first and foremost. So if a plan cannot be executed with sufficient level of predictability, the plan must be altered. To the RNLI, we pay tribute to you. Thank you. A link to the RNLI social media post of our shout is in the comments. In the final video in this series, I have the yacht hauled out and get left angling. Look at all the problems with the engine and its installation that made it such a booby trap and ultimately placed my crew and me at great risk. Then I get the engine rebuilt in what became a slightly unexpected semi-refit. Thank you so much for watching.